All right, guys. Today's show is brought to you by 40 Thieves Clothing. Check them out at 40thievesclothing.com. Established 2005, dedicated to those who dream. My favorite brand for everything, man. Shorts, fanny packs, hats. By far the best shorts that I have ever worn. I think I have just about all their shorts. Check them out again, 40 Thieves Clothing, 40thievesclothing.com. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram. We're also brought to you by Nerd Rope Edibles. You can check them out at Nicky's NIKKIS _ Medibles MEDIBLES _ on Instagram. Check out some awesome pictures, man. They got some pretty cool stuff for you to look at. Feel free to shoot them a message and they can tell you all about their amazing stuff. But check them out on Instagram, man. One of the best CBD type relief companies that you will find. And last but surely not least, we are brought to you by Garcia Promotions. Make sure to check out www.garciapromotions.com for all your upcoming Fury Fighting Championship Submission Hunter Pro information. It's where you can buy tickets, find articles, find pictures, anything you want to know about Garcia Promotions. Again, that's garciapromotions.com. All right, guys, I am now being joined by the one, the only, Nico, the real Dungeon Master Echeverry. I think that should be the new nickname, man. The real Dungeon Master.
I'm okay with this. I am totally okay with that. I know that for a fact a lot of the nerds are going to like it, but people who have no idea what that means, they're going to think I'm into some really freaky stuff. Yeah, so I'm okay with that.
It may open you to a whole new fan base. It really may. Yeah. You're gonna have guys showing up with like capes and swords, and then another group pure leather.
I love it.
I'm okay with either way this goes, to be honest.
Oh yeah, same here, man. That sounds like a whole. Honestly, if you're at the Ren Fair, you're basically like, if either one is fine. Like pure leather is great, and if you show up with swords, like you're in the same space, so it's all good.
So at Ren Fair, are you a dress up guy or not a dress up guy?
Man, I really wish I could commit like a whole lot of money to dressing up, but unfortunately I'm not. I do like to see all the people dress up though. I will say that. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I love going and taking pictures and just walking around, but I cannot commit to all day in just whatever garb. Whatever it happens to be, I can't commit to that.
Oh my God, like people that dress up in loincloths, like nothing but loincloths, maybe some furry boots, especially in November and December. Jesus, man, like that's commitment right there.
Yeah.
And they could probably cut diamonds with those nips. It's crazy.
Hey, speaking of commitment, man, this Saturday night, you are the headliner, the main event for the first MMA promotion done in Texas since this lovely Rona pandemic we got going on.
Yeah.
Man, first of all, what's your training camp been like? How's everything going?
It's been going really well, actually. I've had plenty of good training partners. I've been getting up to not only have I been training, at my usual spot, ACS MMA, with Drew and everybody there, but I've been getting up to 4 ounce to get some work in with Daniel Pineda and everybody else up there. So they've been giving me a really good look. So I feel really good about this fight camp.
Now, I'm assuming, knowing Drew and your school, you really probably never got out of fight camp, not fight camp, but out of training, even though there was Corona. Like, I'm sure you guys were safe and kept training more than likely.
Oh, yeah. We made sure to stick to all the CDC the guidelines that they provided for us. As they started to allow for business to open up, we started to go along with them. So I basically haven't stopped training. Sure, I had to change things up, but the training hadn't stopped. But since, we're farther on in the year, like we're back to normal operations for the most part. I'm training twice a day, maybe 5-6 days a week. So I feel like, it Corona kind of did put a dent in my training regimen, but at the same time, like I still feel great. I feel like I've gotten even better since the whole quarantine happened. So I feel good right now.
Now, is this your longest layoff as a pro, like the longest time in between fights?
No, actually, my longest time between fights was between my first and my second pro fight. Like I had like school and everything going on, and it was like a good 2 years before I had another fight between those two. But this is a close second. This is a good second, layoff, second highest layoff for me.
Now you're out of school now, so are you like 100% committed full time to being a full time fighter, or I
You know,
mean,
right
are you
now, yeah,
okay?
100% to fighting, 100% to coaching. That's what I do to make money. That's my living. But it hasn't felt like a job ever, so it feels really good. I will say though that it's been rough being out of work for fighting for the past like 8, 9, 10 months.
Right.
But I'm just kind of glad that Eric's coming in and he's bringing the shows back. It's really nice to see a guy like him working so hard like he is to like make sure he's giving these guys fights and building them up like he is. So it's really awesome to see.
Now this Saturday, you're taking on Edmilson Freitas. It's the 155-pound title
Mm-hmm.
is on the line. Tell us about your opponent. Maybe what you know about him, or
I all I know is that he's 9-4. He's got some. He likes to brawl. He likes to throw hands, but he's also a second degree black belt in BJJ. Um, so that's about it. I know. I've watched a bit. I've watched a bit of footage, but
right?
I try not to bother myself with watching too much footage because I tend to if I watch a lot of footage and it's just like, well, he does this, and this. I have to be aware of this and this, and I have to focus on him more so than I do on my own skills. So I know of his record. I know what he is. I know what he kind of likes to do, but outside of that, not really too much I know about him, to be honest.
A lot of prospects, when we look at their background and their record, you'll find some of the same things that are like this guy doesn't fight wrestlers or this guy doesn't fight jujitsu guys. But you look
Mhm.
back on your record and even your last few fights, man. Derek Ajay, wrestler. Victor Martinez, more of a striker. Aaron Rivas, Steve Jones. So you're fighting everything. Like, do you have any preference as to a style that like you prefer to fight a banger, you prefer to fight a technical guy?
Honestly, I don't have like I wish I could, be profound and say something, say one or the other, but really it doesn't matter to me because I feel like my game is good wherever it goes. I mean, I feel like when I first started out, I was definitely a wrestler. I was a grappler, obviously.
Right.
Yeah. But as time has gone on, I've shown everybody that, not only am I good at grappling, but I'm good at, striking as well and stand up. I mean, my last fight with Derek Age Day, it showed that I do have power in my hands. It also, I mean, and in previous fights, I've shown that I have good kicks. I mean, it's just I'm constantly growing and I'm constantly getting better. So honestly, it doesn't matter what style piece someone has. I feel like I can. I think I'll have fun no matter what.
You say you started off as more of a grappler, but I remember you a long, long, long time ago for a grappler getting in a smoker match, at 4 ounce family fun day with a hat on, talking about you're not going to drop the hat. Do you remember that?
Oh my God, that was so. I forgot that you were there. Oh my God, that was
Yeah,
so much fun.
I was there. I
Oh
think I think I was one of the announcers or something for the. I was one of the guys talking, doing something.
yeah.
And Drew, I love Drew, man. And he walks up and kind of elbows me a little bit. He goes, "Check this out." I'm like, "Okay, what?" He goes, "Watch." And then you're like, the hat's not coming off. I'm like, "Okay, this is gonna be fun." And I don't think it did. I think you kept it on the whole time.
No, okay. Here's what happened. It was the last round, and I was this close to making $100. Someone said that I was that close to making $100, but like the guy got me in the clinch, and the hat was about to come off. I catch it, put it in my mouth, and then he gets me in the clinch again, and like the hat falls out of my mouth, and I am devastated. I was heartbroken. Then I decided to actually start punching him and to let all my frustrations out. But man, that was a gosh, that was how long? Man, that was years ago.
It was
Back
like almost a
watching.
decade ago, man. Like it was almost a decade. It was like 8 years ago or something like that. It's been
Oh,
quite a long time. But I will tell you, for me, what stands out to that moment is I knew you were a grappler. I knew that's kind of where you felt safe. But you were so open to challenging yourself. Like you didn't seem to care. And tell me a little bit more about where that mentality comes from for you.
really? It's just I just want to have fun, and I know that if you stick to what you're good at, like with me with grappling, then yeah, you'll have fun. But I think that some of the most fun you can have is by trying something you're not good at, and by just trying to get good. Because I mean, what's more exciting than just trying out something new and seeing that it actually works. Because whenever I was doing that, the smoker that you're talking about,
Yeah.
I mean, I was just doing it just because, like you said, I wanted to test myself, and I just want to have a good time. But that's just I guess it's just how I've always been. And it also helps that Drew has been someone that's been really good at pushing me to just improve on my game and everywhere that I need to be. He's helped me improve with the striking. He's helped me improve my grappling. He's always trying to add new tools to the tool belt, so to speak. So it helps to have someone who's like that, who's not only my teacher, but who's also a student, like a forever student who's willing to come back with stuff that he's learned and he's studied and bringing it back for people, like for the other students at ACS to learn. So that's something that I really take pride in, just having a coach like that, just who's willing to just go out and try new things and bring them back for us to try.
You've been with Drew since the beginning, and I really do feel that as much as ACS is getting to be a bigger school, a growing school, I don't think people really understand how good of a coach Drew is all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
And, when you speak to, we all know Goofy Drew, the guy who's going to crack a joke, give you a big hug, and great. You can always hear him in the corner. But tell us a little bit more like what it's like training with him on a daily basis.
Well, the jokes are always there, whether they're good or not. So there's that.
They're usually not.
But yeah. Well, training with him day in and day out, for many people who know Drew, he loves to talk. But one of the things he's good at is that he's actually good at talking. So to speak, what I mean is that he's always good at breaking things down for me. And that's how he's very detail oriented, and I'm very detail oriented, which has helped me a lot. And he's always just being there for his students. He's always just constantly trying to add new things to your arsenal. He's not trying, like, sure, he'll make you say, okay, you're good here. You're good here, but let's try to add something new to it. He doesn't try to completely reinvent the wheel. He's always trying to add new things, just small things. Like for a while, like whenever I was just starting out, he gave me one combo to work on because he saw that, okay, he's good at this one thing with striking, so let's try to build around that. So that helped me a lot because that way I was able to kind of focus on that one thing and I was able to branch out from there. And he's just really good at just figuring out how people really work. It's just so weird. It's crazy how his brain works. It's just nuts. But he's just all around a great coach. He's very knowledgeable. He's very motivating. And I honestly can't think of a day where where I've been like, oh my God, just stop talking. No, it's just he always has something, regardless of what anybody else says, he's always got something good to say, and he's very insightful with nearly everything. So it helps. It's just something that it's something that I truly value about the guy. Don't tell him I said that.
Yeah, I won't. I really don't like saying nice things about him. I'll edit all that out.
Good, thanks.
Talk about having a coach like that does bring me to, your record shows 3 losses on there. And I think most of us who've been in the presence of those 3 losses would only say you have 1. I think your third. I think it was your third fight with Jason Solis. I think that was the only true fight where I could go, well, I could see it the other way. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
When you look at the Gleitz and Kutas fight, I think I had the closest view outside of the ref as I was leaning over the cage taking pictures the entire time. I think it was pretty clear you won that fight, and probably in any other city, you pick up the win. And the same thing with the Victor Martinez, such a weird stoppage. Kind of speak to those 2 losses a little bit, and what you learned from them, and maybe how does it change what you do in the cage at all?
I'll say that the Glitz and Kutas fight, regardless of what the record says, that was the fight that I probably learned the most from, because it made, like, sure, I've done striking in fights before, but that fight gave me the confidence I have in my hands, and I was able to just put my nose to the grindstone, and I was able to beat him up. That put the confidence in me that I was able to do like anything, stand up or groundwork. I mean, heck, he tried to pull guard on me, and he tried to go for leg locks, and then I tried to go for leg locks on him, and then he got right back up. So I was just like, okay, so I know he's afraid of that. Good. With the Victor Martinez fight, just keep your hands up. That's basically what I learned.
Right.
But you know, I wish I could say I learned more from that fight, but it's just I was able to take him down. I feel like I did really well in the first round, and I will say this, he caught me with a really good punch. He did.
Right.
He dropped me. But as nearly every single person saw, aside from maybe one other person,
Right.
I got up. But you know, the only like the person that the one person's opinion who matters the most in the cage during a fight is the ref, and apparently his opinion was I was hurt.
Did he say anything to you after that? Like, has there ever been an explanation of, because again, I was hanging over the cage taking pictures, and
Yeah,
I've got the shot where you get hit, great punch, you
yeah,
hit the ground, and you're on your feet before the ref is all the way in the middle between the two of you guys. Like, the
yeah,
picture I have is you in the background standing up, hands up, like, okay, let's go, and the
yeah,
ref is trying to get to the middle to stop it.
yeah.
Um, it's hard to take away, I think, a lesson in that moment, as it was more of, man, you were winning that fight. You were winning
Mhm.
every moment of that fight. And I think that was the first time you've been dropped.
Yeah.
Was that the first time you've been like really connected
I think
hard
that was the
with?
first time I'd been dropped clean. Yeah, that
Right.
was the first time I'd been dropped clean. Like, but that fight weighed on me for a while because it sucks. You know, it was a
Yeah.
title fight. Like in my opinion a BS call, and in many other like almost everybody else's opinion a
Agreed.
BS
Agreed.
call. Yeah. So you know, like you said, it's hard to take away anything from that fight. But like you know, like I said, the main thing, just keep your hands up. That's the main thing I kind of took away from that.
How did you deal with that loss, man?
It was tough. It was tough for a while. You know, it I'll be honest. You know, you go through a lot of just down times, and now I got down on myself for a while. But the main thing was I made sure to stay busy. I made sure to just put a lot of my effort into coaching because that was like my first. I think that was like my first year of actually coaching full time.
Right.
So I decided to, I put the fighting on the back burner for the rest of the year because that was my fourth fight in about 8 months. So I wanted to just spend the rest of that time helping with the gym, just coaching the kids' classes, helping out just wherever I could, and I wanted to just help improve just ACS as a whole completely.
Now,
That was what I kind of put myself into.
did you recently sign with a management company?
Yes, I did. I actually just I recently signed back in I believe it was April or May of this year with Iridium Sports, and
Jason
they've
House,
been
right?
yeah, Jason House,
Yeah.
and they've been really good to me. They're some awesome people, and they're very kind. They're really cool dudes, and well, dudes meaning unisex.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, when you look at your career, you look at I'm sure you've been told many times you're one of the top prospects in the nation. Like
Mhm.
at 155 pounds or even 170 if you really chose to,
Mhm.
you are one of the top guys in the nation. And now you have Jason House, who doesn't sign guys who
Mhm.
aren't going to the next level. Like he
Yeah.
just doesn't. He doesn't sign regional fighters to be under contract.
Mhm.
What does that do, for your just confidence of where you're at in the sport, and where do you see yourself in the sport currently?
Right now, I mean, it feels good whenever someone says that you're a top prospect, but I guess right now it's not hitting me right now. I guess. I mean, it's cool that Jason signed me.
Yeah.
It feels legitimate. It just feels like okay, well, yeah, I've had Drew and everybody else at the gym. They say Nico, you're bad, you're good, you're whatever. It feels nice, but at the same time, whenever I was told, oh hey, Iridium is signing you, they have all these people like under the UFC and they get people in the UFC. It's like so you're saying that so it's not just, everybody else. It's like this guy whose primarily focus is to focus on the talent, like to get to the UFC, like he sees me as one of those people. It's like, okay, whoa, that was, it made my heart race real fast. It made me go hard, but I guess it's just, it kind of made things a bit real, it made things real for me. And it's given me a bit more drive because now I know, okay, I just need that one more push in order to get to get to where I can, I wouldn't say do this for a living because I do this for a living, but
Right.
just I can do this and I can try to live more comfortably. And I can do this and I won't have to worry about, okay, well, rent, my car note. I don't want, like, like people say, oh, I'll fight for free. I'll train and stuff, but fighting for free is a tall order. I did that for like 4 years in the amateurs, okay? And that's tough.
Right.
But, like it just, for lack of a better term, it feels good, man. It just feels really good. And it makes me just happy to have somebody that, like, not outside of my immediate circle that actually sees the potential in me to actually go and do things in a sport. It feels like it warms my heart,
If you had asked me years ago what I thought Nico would be doing after his UFC career, because I think it's very evident there will be a UFC career. Now, most careers aren't very long, but
Yeah.
in general, this sport isn't a very long sport for you to be in. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
had asked me years ago, I would say Nico's going to teach math to some kids somewhere. Like that's what he's probably going to do. But where do you see yourself now at the end of your UFC career, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 3 years, whatever it may be? What do you see the future now for Nico?
Future now for Nico. Well, right now, like I would say after the UFC, it's gonna be opening a new gym. Like I would say, anybody who, if they fight in the UFC or just for the most part, they usually either coach or they're owning a gym of some sort for the most part. Because like I love that. I love the aspect of just helping people grow as martial artists. I want them to see. I like to see their evolution as people, not just in martial arts, but just in life. Because it's helped me just become who I am. It's not just a hobby. Because I remember one time I've been training for like 4 years, and I said, oh yeah, I just love doing mixed martial arts. It's so much fun. And they say, oh well, it's good you have such a good hobby. And it's like, and so
Yeah.
yeah.
Really?
So that kind of, I don't know. I guess it might have stung a little bit because just like a hobby is, no offense to anybody who does this, but like I see it as just something that you just do for fun, just because you just have something to kind of keep yourself busy. But I don't see, like, eventually martial arts stops becoming a hobby. Eventually it just becomes a passion, and eventually just becomes part of who you are. Like, even if you stop training, you kind of carry the lessons that you've learned in martial arts with you for the rest of your life. And I kind of want to help. I want to help be a part of that journey with people. That's kind of what I see myself, whether it be with coaching or heck, even if I start teaching. That's something I want to be a part of. I like seeing the growth in others, and I want to be a part of that.
What has been the biggest gift or value that martial arts has given to your life?
Man, that's a good question. Well, it introduced me to my girlfriend, which she's been a big help to me for this fight camp. And I can't tell you like how, oh gosh, usually I am a mess at the end of fight camp, but she's helped me a lot. So thank you, Veronica. But man, I don't know. I'll say that, like, well, wait, repeat the question. I totally spaced out.
Tell me what the biggest gift or benefit martial arts has given to your life.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, Veronica, my girlfriend, she's like, just meeting her through martial arts has been a big plus, and just the people. It's the people. Like, you're gonna get that answer a whole lot, and it's true. Like, it's just, I've met so many friends. I've made so many friends, and they've gone from just casual acquaintances to just to, like, again, another cliche, but family, man. Like, it happens. It's something that happens that, like, literally everybody who trains for, like, even if it's like for like 2 or 3 months, you just, like, if you punch somebody in the face, or if you're strangling somebody, and then you're just like, okay, good job, man, high five. All right, let's go on to the next one. Like, if you're able to do that with somebody, then like you have to become family, because that's what siblings do. You just fight each other for about 5 minutes, and then you're just like, okay, let's go get something to eat. Like, that's just something that, it's these relationships that you build with people, and it's something that I don't take for granted. Like, every single person that walks in through through the doors at ACS, or anytime I meet somebody new, like who I'm training with, I get excited because that's just another friend I get to make, and that's just another relationship I get to create with another person, and that's something that I like in 10 years. I feel like I've created so many great relationships with people, and I treasure them. I treasure and value all of them, man. And I will say that that's probably one of the things that I value the most. One of the biggest gifts that I could say that martial arts has given me.
That's awesome, man. Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Like I said, my amazing girlfriend, because she's helped me with this cut and she's helped with dealing with me being cranky. So that's a big one. Drew Tychek and Gary Pena, my coaches over at ACS MMA, everybody at ACS MMA, from all the way to the coaches to all the kids. They've helped me so much. Iridium Sports, Jason House, just literally just everybody that I can say thank you to. Cast Iron Athletics with Dominic Castillo, like who's got me stronger and faster and just get me all the cardio that I need. Just and everybody at 4 ounce, Daniel Pineda, who's fighting on the 12th, and Jonathan Davis, who's fighting the same day as me. Just everybody over there who's gotten me ready for this fight. I can't thank them. Like, there's too many people to name, and I'm probably going to forget them, but I love them all, and I value them all, and they've helped me get to this point. So I want to thank all of them for that.
Well, hey, I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me today, man. I know you're getting toward the very end of this weight cut. You got the fun part over the next 24 hours.
Oh yeah,
to get going. For someone who's been a long time observer of your career, man, I am so excited for tomorrow night and to see what the future holds for you. You're an awesome dude and an amazing fighter on top of that. So, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. And hey, man, have a great day, and I'll see you very soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rich. You be good, man.
Thanks, bud. Hey, great job, dude. That was awesome, man.
Yeah. Thanks, man. It was a whole lot of fun. I'm finally getting used to this this interview thing. It doesn't feel like awkward anymore.
Hey, dude. You just be you, and it's awesome. Awesome, bro.
I appreciate it, Rich.
All right, man. I'll see you soon.
Thanks, bud. Peace. Be good, brother.